Taylor Swift failed at regular jobs in a funny new commercial, and Scooter Braun just defended himself in a new interview. Okay, so Taylor just starred in a charming new commercial for Capital One where she worked 3 different service jobs playing herself, and throughout working these jobs, people kept recognizing her, probably wondering, well, why Taylor Swift decided to shift career paths. One of her jobs in the commercial is at a diner, another's at a bar, and lastly, we finish up with an ice cream parlor or another diner, not really sure. But spoiler alert, she isn't too great at any of these new jobs. So in the first diner scene, we start off with a look at the jukebox where the options for music are a tad limited, so hopefully you like the song Me. While working this serving job, Taylor doesn't mess up too much, except she definitely undercharges her customers. We see this when she hands over the bill and has written the prices for burgers and sodas, both being $13.13 because, well, we all know 13 is Taylor Swift's favorite number, but then she marks the total as $19.89, which is just wrong. But obviously this is a nod to her album 1989, great album by the way, and I have to say that this was a cute little way to throw that in there. She also signed the bill Lover Taylor instead of Love Taylor as a nod to her upcoming album, of course, and she finished off her signature with a drawing of a cat, because cats and, you know, cats. Next up, we have the bar scene where Taylor has some trouble mixing drinks, and then lastly, we move on to my favorite little scene where she overdoes it on the whipped cream on a milkshake by a lot, and then looks as though she's done nothing wrong, and the girls that this milkshake was for don't even really care because it's Taylor Swift who's making it, but overall, it's just an adorable little commercial. On top of these cute little scenes, there's a ton of little play on words throughout the commercial, like 4% to pay swiftly, 4% to shake it off, and even 4% to see the real me. And they do see the real her at the end of the commercial since it finishes up at one of her concerts. And speaking of Taylor's music, you guys, Scooter Braun just did an interview with Billboard where he defended his acquisition of Big Machine. He said, quote, "If Scott sold the company to someone else, then they would have done what usually happens, which is you take the catalogs, you strip it all down, people get laid off, and that's not right. Those people put us in this position." Now, obviously, this was in response to the Taylor Swift controversy, and though he didn't talk much about Taylor at all, he did say that when the two of them first met, she was kind. So it's looking like he's not gonna say much about the whole situation, but that is all the news I have to share with you guys. Make sure to tell me your favorite part of Taylor's new commercial, and then of course, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be alerted every time something breaks. Don't you want to be the first to know? Speaking of which, click this video right over here so you can know even more about something else. I don't know what it is yet, but it's probably good stuff. As always, I'm your host, Renee Ariel. Follow me on socials at Renee Ariel, and I'll see you guys next time.